WM Interactive. That's too much. Flight School. Sky Skywalker Sound. Unreal Engine and powered by Wise. Alright, hey guys, what's going on here? Sapphire Games here, and welcome to wait for it, War Remains. A I don't know who that is. He's presenting an immersive story about World War One, and as a student of history and a gun nerd, I love World Wars. So getting to experience the first one might not be fun, but it would be interesting. And I just want to point out some of these trees I think are Lee Enfields. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. World War One era bolt action rifles all look the same, so I can't really tell. It's just what I'm given. So let's get into it. So I've been through this cutscene before I realized my headset wasn't recording sound. So yeah, alright. Everything should be good.
Someday we're going to be able to preserve memories, save them in a way where they can be incorporated into the history books. And you can download them. And
Isn't
then
that what this is?
mile in the moccasins of the people of the past.
That's what this is.
But there are good memories, and then there are bad memories.
Bad memories.
And there's something fascinating, isn't there, about the most extreme memories of human history? If you could actually download a flashback of, say, the Western Front of the First World War, it might be the most intense thing you could ever experience. You would be present then for a war that was meant to end all wars. Supposedly.
That's what it is. Supposedly,
you would instead be watching modern warfare begin.
Yeah, no, it did not. Fun fact.
That conflict marked the murderous dawn of an era, where a mechanized, industrialized, and efficient 20th century dragged the old, honorable, glorious, romantic 19th century across the muddy fields of Flanders.
That's what it was. That's not what it was. The 19th century was not honorable and romantic. Holy Jesus. I want to make jokes, but he's talking too much, so yeah.
When you're ready, if you're ready, for even a simulation of what actual people went through, following the footsteps of the soldier in front of you as he steps straight into the fire of the First World War.
I'm not moving. I just want to say, fun fact, the war to end all wars did not end all wars. So let's go, head first. Oh, okay. I'm not moving. I'm not touching anything, and it's moving for me, so yay. Oh, what the fuck?
The world was thoroughly 19th century. At the beginning of this war, you have French soldiers marching off to battle with a sense of romance, expecting honor and glory. And when these 19th century troops, wearing red pants and blue jackets with tails, encounter 20th century machine guns and giant artillery pieces, the French are torn to shreds.
Well, yeah.
Actually, Americans had the first tanks. Quite like this.
Americans had the first tanks.
Automobiles, for example, are new in the First World War. Submarines that can travel under the surface of the sea and attack shipping?
This is loud.
That's right out of a Jules Verne book. And how about the H.G. Wells-like science fiction air machines that are filling the sky in numbers for really the first time ever?
First time ever. I don't like that. Oh, goodbye. I can't see my hands, so you can't see me doing funny gestures. I'm waving at them.
The growth of industry and assembly lines and factories will become the hallmarks of war in the 20th century.
Yeah,
but this is really the first time you get to see them.
Yeah.
The power of all this new weaponry
I've watched
and all the
1917.
steel in the air make it suicidal for people to stay above ground. And that's how you get the growth of these trenches, stretching all the way, eventually, from the mountains to the sea, across the entire
I've heard of World War One before.
The terrain becomes hideous and gruesome, and the artillery barrages turn the landscape into a totally alien-looking environment, like the moon.
This dude knows that I know of World War One.
Grinders like Verdun, or the
Yes.
Somme,
Yes,
a months-long battle where the British
know about both
on
of
the very
those.
first day suffer 58,000 casualties.
I didn't know the exact
The
number.
Third Ypres, often called Passchendaele, took that horrific, Mordor-like, hellish landscape and flooded it with double the normal rainfall.
I'm going black, so hopefully
Just
I'll
when
actually
you
see
thought
some
a combat
combat.
environment couldn't get any more nightmarish, impossibly, Passchendaele does.
This dude acts like I've never heard of World War I before. Well, I guess not everyone has studied World War I. I see nothing. Okay. Oh, hello, rats. Give me a gun. Give me a gun. I'll fight. I'll fight the Germans to the last. Ooh. This is loud. I'm gonna turn down.
I'm ready. You ready? Let's do this for personal. Let's stick together.
There we go. Should be quiet for you now. Yeah, give me a gun. Give me a gun. I'll fight the Germans to the last. Fuck the Krauts. Oh, that's done for. Dumbasses, toss me a gun. I'll fight them to the last. Oh, you're still alive. Can I move at all, or... I guess this is an immersive... Jesus! This is an immersive story, so, I guess I can't, do much. Oh. Afternoon, bud.
War correspondent Philip Gibbs described one of these artillery barrages he witnessed and said, quote, "Then, suddenly,
as though at the tap of a baton, a great orchestra of death crashed out. It is absurd to describe it. No words have been made for modern bombardment of this intensity. One can only give a feeble, inaccurate notion of what one big shell sounds like. When hundreds of heavy guns
A
are
bombardment?
firing on one small line of ground, and shells of the greatest size are rushing through the sky in
This is
flocks,
coming down more.
bursting in masses. All description is futile. And they call this sort of shelling drum fire, and that's because the ordnance is hitting so rapidly that it sounds like a drum roll.
Really? No, it really doesn't.
If I locked you in here for 24 hours, what do you think you'd be like when you came out?
Death.
Imagine withstanding this sort of thing for weeks or even months, and you can't just take the VR headset off when you're afraid.
I'm not afraid.
These artillery strikes drove people insane. The shockwaves may have literally shattered their nerves.
Yeah, that's what shell shock
I
is.
don't care how bad it seems. On the Western Front of the First World War, things can always get worse.
Yeah, the Eastern Front.
They can always get much, much worse.
Yeah, the Eastern Front, Gallipoli, the African theater. Oh yeah, mustard gas. What time is it? Because I really shouldn't be yelling until 3. It is 3. Okay. Oh. There's my boy. My son! There are way too little good World War I games. Yeah, there are way too little World War I games. I think there's Battlefield 1, but that's just run around and shoot.
Don't give up. Don't give up. Give me your hand. Don't give up. Don't give up. Give me your hand. 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 Don't give
Oh, Jesus. Oh yeah, flamethrowers. The Germans had flamethrowers too. That's right. Yeah. And there's the mustard gas. Yeah, the Germans use a shit ton of awful shit. I really hope you guys can hear me and not being drowned out.
Still can't visit some of these battlefields to this day.
Well, yeah.
Even 100
Oh,
years
that's a
later,
horse.
they're still polluted with things like arsenic and mercury.
Thanks to the Germans. Thanks to the Germans.
Millions upon millions of unexploded shells.
Thanks to the
So
Germans.
often a member of the cleanup crews will be killed when one of these old munitions detonates.
Thanks to the
If
Germans.
a shell fired during the First World War kills
Oh,
somebody
Jesus
killed right
Christ.
today, is that another First World War casualty?
No, because it didn't happen in the span of the war.
This war remains present in our lives, and not
Ah,
scarring that comes from
delicious.
surviving something like this can affect
Yeah.
entire societies.
Shell shock. Shell shock and
People
PTSD.
who made it home from this war, including soon-to-be world leaders like Churchill and Hitler, experienced things that you just had
Yeah.
the tiniest taste of.
That's why Hitler was on meth 24/7.
And somehow had to move on and make the modern world. Maybe it helps us to better understand our times if we recall that they were built and nearly destroyed again, in large part by a generation of traumatized survivors, forever reliving an early 20th century nightmare.
Well, that's not entirely true. Not every world leader fought in World War One, and most of the people who aimed to destroy the world did not fight in World War One. Like Hitler fought in World War One, yeah, but like Heinrich Himmler and like all his and that like gay guy who run the Thule Society, yeah, no, that
You describe the indescribable.
you describe it.
Sometimes it takes an artist. British Western Front soldier and painter Paul Nash had a key eye for the landscape. He tried to describe to his wife in a November 1917 letter
Hey,
what
1917.
up to the front lines was like
Hmm.
and what it had done to him. He wrote,
Hmm. Hmm.
I shall not forget it as long as I live. I have seen the most frightful nightmare of a country more conceived by Dante or Poe than by nature.
Well, yeah.
Unspeakable, utterly indescribable. I may give you some idea of its horror, but only being in it and of it can make you sensible of its dreadful nature.
Mm-hmm.
We all have a vague notion of the terrors of a battle, but no pen or drawing can convey this country. Evil and the incarnate fiend
Skywalker.
no glimmer of God's hand is seen anywhere. Sunset and sunrise are blasphemous. They are mockeries to man.
Yeah.
The rain drives on, and the shells never cease. They alone plunge overhead, tearing away the rotting tree stumps,
Mm-hmm.
breaking the plank roads,
Mm-hmm.
striking down horses and mules,
Mm-hmm.
annihilating, maiming, maddening.
Mm-hmm. You're describing World War
Grave
One.
that is this land. It is unspeakable, godless, hopeless.
Yeah, this is just World
I
War
am
One. Yeah.
an artist, interested and curious. I am a messenger who will bring back word from the men who are fighting to those who want this war to go on forever.
Skywalker.
Inarticulate will be my message. Let me have a bitter truth, and may it burn their lousy souls.
My food's here. Please stop talking. I don't want to talk now. Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. I kind of have goosebumps after that. That was pretty cool. It was mostly from the letter and the wording in the letter, but that was really cool. A couple things I want to say about World War One: the mustard gas, the arsenic, the mercury, the shells, the flamethrowers. All the Germans. The Germans brought so much brutality to this field. And fun fact, but it was a little nice little like Tumblr tidbit that went around a little while ago. But when Americans invented the trench gun, which is a shotgun used for, I actually don't quite know the difference between a trench gun and a shotgun. I think it's just a different like caliber, a different slug, maybe a different spread, maybe a different choke. I'll look into it. But when we introduced that, the Germans said that was too brutal. Well, they were using flamethrowers, mustard gas, chainsaws. Just Germans never cease to amaze me, especially early 20th century Germans never cease to amaze me. And they were just awful. But yeah, this was a nice thing. It's only like $5 on the Oculus store. Go buy it if you have an Oculus set. It might be on Steam. I'm not quite sure. I don't know if this is an Oculus exclusive, but if it's not, play it. God, that was a nice exclusive. Yeah, thank you to Dan Carlin, who I'm gonna Google right after this. That was a nice story. Adios.